Good morning, students. This is Latif sir. Today, I am going to discuss about the chapter 9 of class 8 chemistry. The topic is carbon and its compound. In this chapter, I'll discuss about carbon and its different forms and their use. So first see carbon. Carbon is the sixth element in the periodic table. Carbon is the sixth element in the periodic table and its symbol is C. Carbon symbol is C. Okay, and an atom of carbon has 6 protons, 6 electrons and 6 neutrons. So atomic number of carbon is 6 and its mass number is 12. This is the identity of carbon. Atomic number of carbon is 6 and mass number of carbon is 12, and it is the sixth element of the periodic table. And it is an integral constituent of items that we commonly see around us like sugar, wood, paper, clothes, food, medicine, creams. All these substances are made up of carbons. Okay, so paperwork, clothes, foods, all these are made up of carbons. And carbon is the fourth most abundant element in the universe. Carbon is the fourth most abundant element in the universe after hydrogen, helium and oxygen. It is a non-metal and it exists in free as well as in combined state in nature. Carbon is found in free state in the form of diamond, graphite, coal. And the word carbon is derived from Latin word carbo. Carbo means coal or charcoal. Okay, the word carbon, the name carbon is derived from the Latin word carbo, which is carbo means coal or charcoal. Okay, so it can exist in free state as well as in combined state. Okay, in diamond, graphite and coal, carbon exists as free state. In the combined state, it is found in many different compounds. In combined state, it is found in many different compounds such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, carbonates, bicarbonates. Okay, and carbon dioxide is an important gas in the atmosphere, and it is also present in natural water as dissolved carbon dioxide. Limestone, that is CaCO3, calamine, ZnCO3, washing soda Na2CO3 10H2O, baking soda NaHCO3, all these substances made up of carbons. Okay, so carbon is one constituent of these substances. And now see important property of carbon. Carbon has two important property. One is carbon is tetravalent. That is, valency of carbon is 4. Valency of carbon is 4. Carbon has 4 valencies. Okay, and it has unique property of forming chain by self linking, and this property is known as catenation property. So two important properties of carbon are, one is tetravalency and another is catenation property. So what is the catenation property? You have to remember this definition, this term. What is catenation? This is a important property of carbon. Atoms of carbon can link together by covalent bonds to form long chain molecules, and this property is called catenation. Atoms of carbon can link together by covalent bond to form long chain molecules, and this property is known as catenation property. Okay, And it is because of this property that carbon alone forms more compounds than all the other elements put together. And all complex molecules found in living organisms such as blood, hormones, protein, DNA, RNA, enzymes, all these complex molecules contain carbon. So large, is this number that a branch of chemistry, which is called organic chemistry, dedicatedly studies carbon and its compound. In organic chemistry, you have to study about carbon and its compound. Okay, so carbon, some inorganic compounds of carbon. Here, some inorganic compounds of carbon. These are some gases, inorganic gases such as carbon monoxide, CO, carbon dioxide. Their formulas also given. Some salt of carbon, so, calcium carbonate, calcium bicarbonate, CaCO3, CaHCO3, magnesium carbonate, MgCO3, magnesium bicarbonate, sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate. All these are some inorganic compounds of carbon. Okay, all these substances contain carbon and some acid of carbon, carbonic acid. Okay, carbonic acid is an inorganic acid of carbon. And now see some organic compounds of carbon. Organic compounds of carbon: methane, ethane, methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol. Okay, and their formulas: methane means CH4, ethane means C2H6, methyl alcohol means CH3OH, ethyl alcohol means C2H5OH. Some organic acids such as carbon, organic acids such as acetic acid, formic acid. These are organic acid. Acetic acid means CH3COOH. It is also called vinegar. I think you know what is vinegar. Okay, vinegar is acetic acid, CH3COOH, and formic acid, HCOOH. These are some organic compounds of carbon. And glucose, sucrose, starch, cellulose, all these sugar, glucose, maltose, sucrose, starch, all this sugar contain carbons. Okay, so these are some compounds of carbon, inorganic compounds and organic compounds of carbon. Now see allotropy. What is allotropy? You know, some element can exist in two or more different form, and this phenomenon is known as allotropy. Okay, so what is allotropy? It is an important term. Allotropy is the existence of an element in two or more different forms. Existence of an element in two or more different forms in the same physical state. Okay, so allotropy is the existence of an element in two or more forms in same physical state. All these atoms have different physical property. All these allotropic form or all this form have different physical property but same chemical property. Okay, and these different forms of an element are known as allotropic form or allotropies. Okay, so allotropy is the existence of an element in two or more forms in the same physical state, and these different forms of an element are known as allotropic forms or allotropies. Okay, and these allotropic forms of an element have different physical property but the same chemical property because they are made up of same atom. Now see allotropes of carbon. Example of allotropes. So for example, main allotropes of phosphorus are white phosphorus and red phosphorus. These are two allotropic form of phosphorus, white phosphorus and red phosphorus. Similarly, white phosphorus, red phosphorus, and black phosphorus, and allotropic form of sulfur, rhombic sulfur, and monoclinic sulfur. Okay, and amorphous, that is plastic, colloidal, and milk of sulfur. These are allotropic form of sulfur. In this chapter, you have to study about the allotropic form of carbons. Okay, so allotropic forms of carbon. The allotropes of carbon are classified in two categories. One is crystalline, another is amorphous. Crystalline and amorphous. Crystalline allotropic forms of carbon are diamond, graphite, and fluorines. And amorphous allotropic form of carbon are charcoal, coal, lamp black, gas carbon, and coke. Okay, so crystalline allotropic form of carbon are diamond, graphite, and fluorine, and amorphous allotropic form of carbon are charcoal, coal, lamp black, and gas carbon and coke. Okay, here picture of diamond, natural graphite, natural coal, wood, charcoal, these are given, and natural diamond and natural graphite, these are crystalline carbon, and natural coal, wood, charcoal, these are amorphous carbon. Okay, here difference between crystalline form and amorphous form given. You can see in crystalline form they are arranged in crystalline form, they have a regular arrangement over a long range. In amorphous form, they have a regular arrangement over a short range. In amorphous form, they have a regular arrangement of carbon atoms over a short form. But in crystalline form, they have a regular arrangement of carbon atoms over a long range. In case of carbon, it is in case of carbon. Okay, so crystalline form they have a regular arrangement over a long range, and amorphous form they have a regular arrangement over a short range. Okay, crystalline form they have definite geometric forms, shape, sharp edges, and plane surfaces. Crystalline forms they have definite geometrical forms, sharp edges, and plane surfaces, and these forms are referred to as crystals. And amorphous forms they do not have definite geometrical forms. Amorphous forms they do not have definite geometrical forms, sharp edges, and plane surfaces. Crystalline forms have sharp melting point. Forms have sharp melting point, but in case of amorphous form they do not have sharp melting point. They melt over a range of temperature. Range of temperature. Okay, and in case of crystalline form their melting and boiling points are high, like diamond, graphite, fullerene. These are crystalline forms of carbon, and they have very high melting and boiling point. And amorphous form, in case of amorphous form their melting and boiling points are low. Amorphous form they have melting and boiling points, low melting and boiling point. Okay, now example of amorphous form of carbon are charcoal, coal, lamp black, gas carbon, and coke are amorphous forms of carbon. Okay, examples also given: crystalline form and amorphous form. You have to read this difference between crystalline form and amorphous form of carbon. Now see different crystalline form of carbon. First, diamond. Crystalline form of carbons: diamond, graphite, and fluorine. And today I will discuss about crystalline form of carbon. Okay, so first, diamond. You can see the structure of diamond, tetrahedral structure of diamond, and each yellow sphere represent one carbon atom. In this structure, each yellow sphere represents one carbon atom. Okay, this is a tetrahedral structure of diamond. So in diamond, each carbon atom is linked with four other carbon atom in tetrahedral shape. You have to remember what is the shape of diamond, and this forms the basic unit of crystal structure of diamond, and this basic units repeats and extends in all direction to form an octahedral sphere. Okay, now physical properties of diamond, it is hardest form among all the forms of carbon. It is the hardest form among all the forms of carbon. In fact, it is the hardest naturally occurring substance. You have to remember this point. Hardest naturally occurring substance is diamond, and it is the hardest form of carbon. Okay, and it is colorless and lustrous crystalline solid. Colorless, lustrous crystalline solid. They do not have and it is transparent. Diamond is transparent and insoluble in any solvent. Its density is 3.5 gram per centimeter cube, and the brilliance and beauty of diamond depends on its cutting and polishing. Its high refractive index makes it a sparkle. It is a good conductor of heat but bad conductor of electricity. Diamond is a good conductor of heat but bad conductor of electricity, and it burns at 850 degrees Celsius to 1000 degrees Celsius in air to form carbon dioxide. Now, use of diamond. You have to remember two or three properties of diamond and its use. Okay, use diamond is used as a precious gem in jewelry. Precious gem in jewelry. Okay, diamond is used as a precious gem in jewelry, and it is used for cutting glass and drilling rocks. These are some use of diamond. Now, second form of carbon is graphite. It is also crystalline form of carbon, graphite, and the structure is given. You can see layered hexagonal structure of graphite. Layered hexagonal structure of graphite. In graphite, each carbon atom is linked with three other carbon atoms. Each carbon atom is linked with three other carbon atoms, forming a flat or layered hexagonal unit. Okay, in graphite, each carbon atom is linked with three other carbon atoms, forming a flat or layered hexagonal unit, and this basic unit repeat itself and form a layered network, and there is a weak force of attraction between the layers. Now, physical properties of graphite. Like diamond, you have to remember these physical properties of graphite. Graphite is a soft and flaky. It is a grayish black and lustrous crystalline solid. It is insoluble in most solvent. Its density varies from 2.09 to 2.3 gram per centimeter cube, and it is the most stable allotropic form of carbon. Graphite is the most stable allotropic form of carbon, and it is good conductor of heat and electricity, but diamond is a bad conductor of electricity. Okay, and it burns in air at 800 degrees Celsius to form carbon dioxide. Now, see use of graphite. Some use are also given. Graphite is used as an electrode in dry cell. It is mixed with clay and used as lead in pencil. Okay, it is used in pencil, and it is used in nuclear reactor as moderator. Graphite is used in nuclear reactor as moderator, to slow down or control the speed of neutron, and it is used as lubricant in machine to reduce friction between the machine part, and it is used for making pigment polishes and paints. Okay, these are some important use of graphite. Now see difference between graphite and diamond. Diamond, it is colorless and transparent. Graphite, it is grayish black in color and shiny and opaque in appearance. Diamond, it does not leave a mark on paper, but graphite, on applying pressure, it leaves a black or gray mark on paper. Diamond is hard to touch, but graphite is soft. Okay, and diamond is the naturally occurring hardest known substance. The shape of structure of diamond is tetrahedral structure, and structure of the graphite is hexagonal layered structure. Layered structure. Diamond is bad conductor of heat, but bad conductor of heat and electricity, while graphite is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Diamond has high density, graphite has low density. Okay, these are some difference between diamond and graphite. Now the last allotropic form of carbon is fullerenes. Okay, fullerenes are a form of carbon consisting of a series of carbon atoms arranged to form a hollow cage like spherical molecule or cylinder. Hollow cage like spherical molecule or cylinder. Okay, and this hollow cage like spherical molecule of carbon are known as fullerene. Okay, and the number of carbon atoms that make up a fullerene can vary from 30 to 900, and fullerenes can be found in the form of hollow sphere known as buckyballs. Fullerene may also be cylindrical, and they are then called carbon nanotubes. Okay, so these are some fullerenes of carbon. Now physical properties of fullerene. Fullerenes are found in nature in small quantity. They can be found in soot, interstellar dust. Their color depends on the number of carbon atoms present in them, and they are soluble in many solvent. Fullerene, they are soluble in many solvent. Now use of fullerene. Fullerene, they are used as insulator. They are used as insulator. They are used as catalyst. They are used as semiconductor in computer and flat screen TV. And some fullerene are used as superconductor. These are some important use of fullerenes. Okay, thank you student. In the next video I will discuss about the amorphous forms of carbon.